Welcome to another edition of Buy or Sell on Tech Sideline as we talk about potential outcomes in the upcoming matchup between Virginia Tech and Vanderbilt. I'm Riley Klaus, joined by Chris Coleman, Will Stewart, and Andy Bitter with Nick Brown behind the scenes. If you are new to Buy or Sell, here is how it works. Each week, we release 5 different lines for the upcoming Virginia Tech football game, and we at Tech Sideline and you, the fans, will also get to choose whether you buy the line, meaning you think it will happen, or sell, meaning you think it will not. We release these lines on techsideline.com where you can make your own picks. Well, we're 1 week through, and let's talk about what did occur in the matchup versus South Carolina. Kyron Drones did outrush Lenore Sellers in a real close one. Dylan Stewart did not have the 3 TFLs needed. The Hokies did not score first. Neither team scored 4 touchdowns, and there was not a blocked punt or kick, which means Andy, trying to defend your throne, takes an early lead in those standings, and the rest of us are still in the mix as well.
I really should have gone 5-0 because that Sellers drone stat, so misleading. I mean, if you looked at the tenor of that game and how the things played out, I mean, Sellers was the better rusher. He had all those sack yards, and he took 14 on that one where he fumbled, where it wasn't a 14-yard loss for him. The lineman fell on it. I feel like the lineman should lose the rushing yards in that situation. So
I'll blame Sam Cephas.
Yes, I'm playing the season under protest. But no, I should have been 5-0 in that. I felt like of all the ones that we were picking, that's the one I felt most comfortable about. And that's the one I missed.
Yeah. Well, let's see how it goes this week with line 1 versus Vanderbilt. Buy or sell. Benji Gosnell has more receptions than Eli Stowers, so the 2 tight ends in this matchup. Chris, what do you think happens?
Sell. I just don't know how much the tight end is going to be used in the Montgomery offense.
Yeah, I'm with Chris on this. So you look at the numbers that Montgomery has, especially at Tulsa, and tight end was not featured. Doing my preseason predictions, last year I'm like, Benji Gosnell is going to have like 6 or 7 touchdowns or something like that. I'm like, I'll double down on that prediction this year. And I started looking at the stats. I'm like, ugh, I don't think that's going to be the case this year. On top of that, Stowers is pretty dang good.
Yeah.
This one of the top tight ends in the nation. I think they're going to feature him. I think he gets him this week. Stowers does. So I sold.
Yeah, it's interesting. To me, it looks like an easy sell, and I'm sure we'll run through everybody's picks. And it's odd because Nick's the one who sets these up. Nick is the one who picks what we're going to vote on, and Nick's the only one to pick buy. I guess I'm kind of spoiler alert there, though.
No, that's simply put. I'm selling. I think Stowers is a force. The fans also think that Stowers will have more receptions, but as you mentioned, Nick is going to go with the buy. David also is selling, and so Nick is trying to get back in the race there with if he can get it to go with a buy.
I have a question to Nick about the line making process in this. Do you still consult? Like, didn't you consult Raza in the past to create some of these lines? Like, are you on your own doing this now because they're out of town? Or?
I consulted the first 2 weeks.
Okay.
It's just me by myself.
Okay.
And it's been myself. I think I do a good job.
And you are personally responsible for the money that changes hands in these buy or sells? Is that okay?
Thousands of dollars riding on this.
I mean, last year you would have made bank because everybody was under 500, except for the champion myself. But I do expect some money coming my way after that 4-1 start.
Well, let's keep it on the offensive end, going to Vanderbilt with the quarterback, Diego Pavia. He will have 3+ touchdowns. Are you buying or selling that?
I sold it because I've got Vanderbilt scoring 20 points, 20-16. So unless they miss an extra point, that's not 3 touchdowns. So I sold it.
I also sold this one because I have Vanderbilt scoring 20 points in a losing effort in 24-20. This line was originally 2 or more touchdowns. Yes. I thought that was pretty easy buy because that's the number Pavia hit pretty much every game last year. Did not hit 3 a ton in those games. The bowl game he had 5, but a lot of games is kind of 2, somewhere around there. I think Vanderbilt wants to run the ball and establish the run, could get in the end zone that way too. So I sold this at the risk of slighting Diego Pavia in any way. I sold this one, and I hope he does not turn this into bulletin board material.
I picked Vanderbilt to score 21 points, so clearly I think that Pavia is going to be involved in every one of those 3 touchdowns. He had 3 last year. He had a rushing touchdown, 2 passing touchdowns. Did one of those come in overtime? I don't remember.
He ran for a 4-yard touchdown to win it.
Yeah,
in overtime.
Yeah. So it took him overtime last year. So that I think that's a good line by Nick. That's a tough one.
Yeah, for sure. I'm with Will here on this one. I think 3 is the magic number, and so I'm going to buy that one. David sells, and the fans sell as well, with Nick also in that category. So mix there, Will and I buying that one. Now let's go in terms of the game. Buy or sell. Virginia Tech leads at the start of the fourth quarter.
I sold it. No rhyme or reason to it. I picked them to lose the game, so I'll just pick them to be losing at the end of at the start of the fourth.
I bought this one. In predicting Virginia Tech to win, I have no faith in them coming from behind to win a game like that. So I feel like it's going to be something that they're going to have to build a lead, and perhaps Vanderbilt makes it close at the end. Just the track record of the staff in close games or closing out games, not great. So I will buy this one. I think they're going to have the lead, and maybe Vanderbilt tightens it up there at the end.
I optimistically bought it. And Riley, I know you're going to cover what the fans pick, but drilling down into the detail, usually these buy or sell things are hate votes by the fans. If you look at last week's picks, it was all hate votes by the fans. 76% of fans, this is 1,500 votes. Yeah. 76% of fans think Tech's going to be leading at the start of the fourth quarter. Then again, 47% of them so far think Tech's going to win. So, but 76% is a lot. I was surprised by that. Anyway, I'm picking Tech to be ahead in the fourth quarter.
And we have a lot of people that think so. David thinks so as well. Nick does also. You said it, the fans. I'm going to, I guess, take the rare pick here of selling, but I do think Virginia Tech scores with 3 or 4 minutes to go. But I think at the beginning of the fourth quarter, they will not be leading this game. We'll have a few more picks after this, but quick, let's hear a word from one of our sponsors.
This episode of the Tech Sideline podcast is brought to you by the Robertson & Cox Real Estate Team. Are you looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? We've got your back. Centrally located in Radford, Virginia, the RNC team is proudly and professionally serving the New River Valley, Roanoke, and Southwest Virginia. With over 35 combined years of experience, we have all the knowledge needed to help you reach your real estate goals and have the best experience possible. Contact us today for all your real estate needs. Visit randcteam.com. to learn more.
Thank you, Robertson & Cox Real Estate Team, for sponsoring Buy or Sell for the second straight year. And let's continue with Buy or Sell with line number 4. Buy or sell 3+ combined turnovers in the game.
I sold it. Pavia was good at not throwing picks last year. Drones is maybe not so much last week, but is generally good at not throwing picks. So 2 years ago, he only threw 3 picks. And I know you include fumbles as well, but overall, it's 2 quarterbacks who historically don't turn the ball over a ton. So I sold it.
Looking at this, I bought this one, and the more I think about it, the less confident I am in that pick. I mean, this is, Vanderbilt does play real ball control. I don't feel like they put the ball at risk a whole lot. So if I had thought about this one more, I would have sold it. But I guess I'm committed to buy right now. So I bought this one.
The weather's going to be good, too. There is a chance of rain, 61%, but I think it's supposed to be over with earlier in the day.
Yeah, I think late afternoon it might rain.
Okay. So I'll mess up the tailgating.
Take everything Andy said and put it on repeat for me because, I don't think it's going to be more than 3. But you're right. The type of offense that Vanderbilt plays, the way Virginia Tech plays, 3 is actually a lot. So maybe we'll be saved by 1 on special teams.
We can only hope. Sometimes you have to make a pick you don't really believe in. And
just to separate yourself.
Yeah, roll the dice a little bit. Andy and Will buying it, and the fans are going to join them on that as well, buying it. I am going to sell. I think 2 is the number we'll see. David and Nick also selling that one. So that one is a nice mix between all of us. And let's close it out with this line right here. Buy or sell that Kyron Drones has more passing yards than Diego Pavia.
I sold it. I just go back to I'm just wondering whether he's the right fit for the Montgomery offense. And he didn't look particularly accurate or precise last week. I don't think Pavia will throw for a ton of yards. That's generally not what he does. But I need to see some more from the Virginia Tech offense before I start buying some of these offensive stats.
Yeah, I bought this one with Drones. I think he'll throw for more. And I guess I'm kind of contradicting myself because I feel like almost the team that wins, the quarterback will have fewer passing yards.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I picked Virginia Tech to win. So I guess it's a little contradictory there, but I think, the preferred offense of you winning this game is run the ball a lot, don't put it in the air, don't risk it a whole lot. And if you're throwing it 30 times, you're probably from behind trying to do that. So again, kind of mixed signals on how I'm doing these buy sell, but I think I looked at Pavia's passing numbers last year. Like I said, not a lot of games over 200. And against power conference teams, I think it was just Alabama, and you had to throw against Alabama to win that shootout there. So I'm going with Drones, even though not the most impressive first week showing. I did think they showed some deep ball abilities and catching those passes down the field. I'd like him to have more in this game.
I have seller's regret. I'm selling it, and I made that pick without doing any research. You look last year, Pavia threw for 190 yards, Drones threw for 322. Even though Pavia completed 75% of his passes, he still threw for way fewer yards than Drones. Now, I don't know that Virginia Tech's going to go out there and chuck it 34 or 35 times like they did last year, but typically if Vanderbilt's playing their game, he's not throwing the ball a lot, to your point.
Yeah, so when we take a look at the other votes, David and Nick are going to buy it. The fans sell. I'm buying it as well, despite I think this being one of those games where Drones maybe outpasses, but Pavia's impact is perhaps a little bit further. And so there's a look at what this week looks like, a mix of picks from everybody, which should shake up the standings.
Chris had the fire sale.
I did the same thing as you last
all the way
week.
across.
Yeah, it worked pretty well for Andy last time, so we'll see what this week has in the store. Thank you so much for watching this edition of Buy or Sell. If you voted yourself, best of luck to you in the picks, and we'll see you for another edition next week.